Hi, I'm Ben of Mixup YouTube. So they give us an early review of Fionna Cake and Fiona on the web. Oh yeah, but anyways, um, yeah. So this is how the episode starts. It starts by showing the Fionna Cake intro, which was pretty cool actually, because then it cuts to Finn and Jake, and that's actually cool to see a Fionna Cake intro and cuts to Finn and Jake, and they're surfing in this river. Like, no, this will contain spoilers. And now I recommend you watch the episode first. Just find it online on Tumblr or something. So then they released. So then Finn and Jake and Bimo are fighting, are fighting in a river where these creatures become what you imagine, and Finn and one of them become like an shark, and Bimo imagined like a shy baby looking shark. And sorry, I have Asperger's syndrome, that's why I'm not very good in these videos. So after they fought in the river, they 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 come out and they're like, I love being in this river, it's not boring and I never want to leave. Beep 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 went Bimo, and he was like, "Oh, it's time for Ice Cream's boring stories." And I was like, and Finn was like, "Oh, come on, they're just stories vaguely based on us." And Jake was like, "I like being vaguely adapted." So they're at Turtle Princess's library, and Ice King's reading the story, and this is the preview I was talking about. Ice King's all like, I'm open to criticism, but before a banana guard was like, where do your ideas come from? And a banana and Ice King is like, they're beamed into my mind. And and yeah, and I know that sounds unbelievable, but wait. So Ice King is like a critic woman is like, I have more of a criticism than a question. As and Ice King is like, I'm open to criticism. It's like, that information is wrong, and yes, if you've seen my other video, you're like, because I am Fionna, and Fionna was there. Finn and Jake, all the crowd of people turned their heads and they're like, oh my gosh, I was like, oh. And she brought out this tape of showing, and they're showing Fiona and Cake an adventure, and they find this mummy tube and all this, but then she stops it in the middle of it, and then she walks away. And Finn, because I was worried, because I seen a lot of episodes where I'm like, oh, I wonder if this is gonna happen. I wonder if this is gonna happen. But then Finn, and I was worried that maybe Finn and Jake will not encounter Fiona, and that would really bug me. Because again, wanted to see them do a crossover for 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. I've been waiting, and this is what I'm getting. But Finn went up to her and says, Fionna, I have a few questions." But then Ice King's like, "Oh, Fionna, you're here, you're real." And Ice King was, and I paused it like, "No, I want Fionna to interact with Finn." And they and Ice King's like walked away. He's like, "Can you show more of the videos?" And they found a mummy tomb, all this, and yeah. After that, Finn and Jake barely interact. So I am kind of right. But if you've seen the episode, yeah. Let me finish the story. So they well. So she didn't. So she showed like they found a mummy tomb, and she was like, and Fionna was like, "That's disappointing." And then they walked away, and then they the old Fiona stopped the video, and she's like, I'm walking. I'm like, I'm done, I'm walking away. And she was like, and Jake was packing up the chairs, and Trail Princess was like, we're closing at 5, flick, 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 flick. And she was closing at, and then, and Bobby Sue, sorry. And then Ice King is like, "Do you want to live with me?" And she brought old Fiona to his castle, It's like, oh, I didn't know guests were coming, and she was asking questions, and Ice King was like, "Can I see more of your video? I want to see more." And she was like, "All right." And then it's discovered it's a mummy. I was like, "Whoa, a mummy!" And then and then and then he's like, "Okay, that's it. That's all the video you can see." Old Fiona was like, and then she walked away, and then she went to sleep, and then Ice King came in at night and was like, "Hey Fiona, I made you a late night sandwich." But then Ice King really wanted to look what happened to the rest of the tape, so he switched the tapes with the sandwich, and he used his headphones and watched the rest of the video quietly, and it's revealed that the mummy was stealing their stuff, Fionna and Cake stuff, and then she's like, and then she's like, of course, this not the, and the mummy got wrapped up, and it was the Queen of Ooh, not the King of Ooh, the Queen of Ooh. And she's like, "Yeah, well, I was teaching you a lesson about not to let unexpected guests in your house, so you should be really thanking me this," said the Queen of Ooh. So, so, so the video stopped, and she's like, and Ice King was like, "Of course, that's not the real Fiona. That she's a mummy." And then old Fiona was in his tapes, and it's like, "Where are they? Where are they? Are there any more Fiona Cake tapes?" And then here's the part that I don't know what to feel about it. It's like calm, but it's good calm, but apparently Ice King's like, "You're not the real Fiona," and old Fiona was like, "How do you know that?" And then he kept whacking. He was like, "Wait, I'm not a mummy." She took off her hat, and she was like this bunny girl creature, so she's not the real Fiona. She's just some bunny inventor who siphoned who went through TV shows and discovered that Fionna and Cake, and she said Fionna Cake isn't real. It's just an old TV show, which I found implausible. Like, how can an old TV show thousands of years ago could be created, and it just happened to create a show similar to Fionna and Cake, where everything's boy and girl different. Sorry, I believe the fan fiction more. So, but years after, but but after that, Ice King's like, "You lied to me. Fiona will never lie to you." And the bunny girl was like, because she loved the Fiona Cake story, so she decided to dress up like them and wanted to become Fiona. And she's like, "You're right. Fiona will never lie." And then the bunny girl was like, run away. And and then she came, and then she came home, and And then Ice King was like, "Oh, she's gone? Okay." And then he went to bed, and it showed a red light beaming the ideas to Ice King's head, so it really is beaming into his head. But I don't understand, like, I've been waiting for them, like, maybe Ice King made a potion create a, to create maybe Fionna King can be real. And, cause this is what I thought, cause after Flame Princess, I knew they weren't gonna last forever. Like, we got 2.5 seasons of them being a couple, and they barely showed Finn interacting with Flame Princess in a few episodes, but not in every episode. Then they broke up because she had to be the queen of the Flame Kingdom, and after that, I thought maybe they break up, and then Ice King made Fionna Cake real, and Fiona will fall in love with them. But I actually heard they're wrapped up because they're only getting 9 seasons of Adventure Time, and I heard they're wrapping up Adventure Time, and they finish all the episodes, and all they do is need to air them. So yeah, and I actually heard Jeremy Shattered and the gang said Flame Princess and Finn will not be getting back together, but I heard Jeremy Shattered want to get to at the end of the show want to get together with a princess. Now, again, this was 6 years, and a few episodes before Fionna Cake, Princess Bubblegum was 13, and then she had to turn back to 18, and Finn was like, do you want to hug some more? And Princess Bella was like, Finn, you silly, that was like 5 years ago. It's really time to move on. Such a silly boy. And I thought maybe Finn is 18, so Finn might be 18 or 19 now, but I thought Finn might be like, yeah, I was in love with you, but not anymore. Or so yeah, but after that, after that, I thought maybe Finn might get back at her, like saying, like, I'm not in love with you, you hurt me. I don't care that we're basically the same age. Heck, I heard Princess Bubblegum is actually immortal, like, she's not even really 18 or 19, she's like 800 or something. But yeah, and because I'm used to a lot of disappointments, like Finn's parents. Like, I always pictured who Finn's parents were gonna be, like who are there? Like, but apparently they kind of separated, not divorced, separated. Just got uh, like he was trying to protect Finn as a baby, and Finn's dad just disappeared. And it's revealed that he's a giant jerk. And I was like, that's Finn's dead, and I'm not the only one who was disappointed. But apparently Jeremy Shatter liked it because it made the show feel more realistic. Yeah, and a show about a talking stretchy dog, a vampire, a a bubblegum princess, and a talking candy kingdom, and a ice king that can shoot ice. Well, sure. Like, just because something you have a show that sounds crazy doesn't mean it shouldn't be teaching you realistic messages. Like, heck, even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles can teach you, like, the newer shows can teach you realistic messages, like, dealing with things. Yeah, just because the show's weird doesn't mean you can't teach realistic messages in it. But yeah, after that, and yeah, Finn's mom, because I always pictured, like, because she was voiced by Melinda May in the Farm World universe from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I thought maybe they were gonna make Finn's mom a secret agent or something. But at least that was just my fanfiction. But yeah, I didn't create it, so what should I assume? But she's a doctor, which is pretty cool. But when she died, spoiler alert, well, not exactly when she died, but she downloaded her mind into a computer and created an army of robot versions of herself. And yeah, I was waiting years to see Finn's parents, Finn getting together with Fionna, and this is what I basically got. Maybe someday they'll make a Fionna and Kate crossover. Someday, but we'll just have to see. Well, I'm Ben of Mixup YouTube. You probably might see some new videos. Sorry if the camera's a bit dark. It's sunsetting, and I had to close the curtain because the sun was beating down my eyes. And well, Ben of Mixup YouTube, and see ya.